Welcome to Badminton Weekly with me, Jasmine Lim. All eyes will be on China at the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup on April 27 as they aim for a record 14th title in Xiamen. The defending champions are drawn into Group A alongside Thailand, Hong Kong and Algeria. However, this year they will not have key players like Zheng Suwei and Huang Yationg in their team lineups. Kirsty Gilmer also highlights why China could face a stern challenge in the title defense.
Yes, they have a very difficult task in defending their title. I think we could see a little change in history this year. Just the nature of, they don't have their usual kind of consistent, long-standing pairs. There's kind of a little bit of chaos in the Chinese team this year. We have all of the same players in there. Chen and Jia are still in there, although they're split. They could be put together in a Sudirman Cup. That's the beauty of these team events. All the men's doubles players have split. They could be put together again for their matches. Although I would say in recent times, the Chinese men's doubles have really struggled against the Korean men's doubles pairs. So that would be a very interesting matchup and we'll see if they could get a win in that. Yeah, they don't really have those banker pairs in their team. However, it's China. Their men's singles, their women's singles are as strong as ever. They have options. They have Xi Yuqi, Li Shifeng, Wang Ziyi, Chen Yufei is back, Han Yu is in the squad. So they can kind of count on their singles. I think what China have generally mastered over the many years that they've been very dominant in world badminton is their relentlessly high pace and their quality in that pace, just across the board. That is how you win any badminton match. High quality and high pace, and to be able to repeat that over and over again in a basic broad sense. In a more individual sense, all of the Chinese players have very clean and tidy techniques. There's little variations between all of the players. Everyone brings something, unique to the court. So just their consistency as individuals and their techniques just breeds bigger consistency as a team when they come together. There's a little bit of extra skill and pace in there when they need it. So when they put all of their team together, I think China have been absolutely dominant. I think one of Thailand's biggest challenges will be in their singles. I think men's singles, Vitasar needs to be healthy because their next ranked player is Cantafon at world rank 40. So there's a pretty big gap between Vitasar at 6 in the world and Cantafon at 40 in the world. So they will really be relying on Vitasar to stay healthy. And then we come to the women's singles. We haven't seen a great run of form in this recent European tour from the women's singles. Chuchuwong has done relatively well, but we just haven't seen that recent quality from Ratchanok and from Katatong especially. So I think in their singles, they'll have to kind of find some solid play there. In the double disciplines, Dechapol has had a great start to the year with the Malaysia Open win and also winning Swiss Open in the men's doubles with Kedren. So I think he could be the key player for Team Thailand. It is a lot to ask him to play the two disciplines for every single match, but I think he will be a big part of Team Thailand's success. Thailand could cause some people some difficulties. They could be a little red herring in that group, but it will depend on if they can all be healthy and injury-free at the right time. I think Hong Kong have some great individual players. I think especially in their men's singles, of course, they have Lee Chuk Yu, Angus Kalong and Gunawan. So men's singles, check. Women's singles, I think they will struggle. Meta is ranked 82 and their next best is 172. So I think it's going to be pretty tricky for them to get any points on the scoreboard. In their doubles, Tang brings a lot of experience to the court, but finding a partner to mix in and really get those wins on the board is going to be tough. So Hong Kong are strong in some areas, but when you put them all together, I don't know if they can stand up alongside Thailand and certainly China.
One nation that has successfully stopped China from dominating the Sudirman Cup is Korea. Seo Seong-jae and Kim Won-ho, who are unbeaten against Chinese pairs this year, were part of the team that won the title in 2017. While Korea have lifted the trophy 4 times, their victory in Australia was one of the biggest upsets in Sudirman Cup history.
China win the men's doubles 21-14, 21-15. Well done to Sun Ji-hyun to level this Sudirman Cup final at 1 match apiece. He has given China a second point. They only needed the one. A wonderful performance from Jang Ye-na and Lee So-hee. This Sudirman Cup final should go to a 5th and deciding match. They've done it. The 14-year wait is over. Korea, for a 4th time in the Sudirman Cup history, become World Mixed Team Champions.
처음에 이제 저희가 처음 우승했을 때가 제일 기억이 남긴 하는데, 그때가 제가 단식을 하고 있다가 복식으로 바꾼 지 얼마 되지 않은 상황에서 좋은 이제 선배님들과 같이 나갔는데, 그렇게 경기를 뛰면서 또 우승까지 하게 돼서 그런 처음 제가 뛰었던 수두리만큼 기억이 남는 것 같아요.
저도 그 순간은 지금까지도 잊혀지지 않고 있고, 그 순간을 기억하면서 항상 감사하게 생각하고 그런 경험을 일찍 할 수 있었던 거에 대해서, 그래서 계속 겸손한 마음을 가지고 열심히 하자, 그런 생각이 드는 것 같아요. 중국은 언제나 이제 강한 팀으로 인식이 되어 있고, 저 또한 그 어릴 때 나가서 우승했던 그런 경험을 또 밑에 후배들한테도 경험할 수 있게 하는 게 목표입니다.
매년 항상 중국 선수들이 너무 잘하는 선수들이 많고, 항상 우승 전력 가지고 있는 선수들이기 때문에 까다롭기는 까다롭다 생각을 하지만, 저희도 나름대로 많이 성장을 했다고 생각을 하고, 그 전에 우승한 적이 있지만 그 이후에는 아직 또 다시 우승한 적이 없기 때문에, 그 영광을 저희가 이제 선배가 됐을 때 후배들이랑 같이 나와서도 저희가 보여주고 싶은 마음이 있기 때문에 최선을 다할 생각입니다.
Team Korea are looking to replicate that famous wins once more at the Sudirman Cup, and they will start that quest in Group B against Chinese Taipei, Canada, and Czechia under newly appointed head coach Park Ju-bong. While the 2017 champions are the heavy favorites in the group, Peter Gator believes that other nations can spring a surprise or two.
Every time before a Sudirman Cup, it's all about the different countries to get the team together. You know, each country has to perform as a team. And I think that Korea has shown in the past that they are, and also in recent years, that they are capable of doing that, meaning that all categories, they need to perform together and stand up for each other. And, you know, if you want to possibly win and get a gold medal, you need all your team members to perform on the court and outside court. That is what Sudirman is about, and I think that Korea has shown that. So, but it's not always like they do good results on the individual side, and you can take the results into the team competition. But I think in this case, it just gives them a lot of opportunities against almost all teams to put a point on the board in these categories, and then they can surprise in the last 2. So, yeah, I see Korea in a strong position. I think Park Ju-bong his repetition speaks for itself. He's a coach with an amazing CV, and the results he's done especially in Japan, has been fantastic. I think that for him, it's at the late part of his coaching career. And I spoke to him at All England, and he wasn't sure whether this was, he still had another job in him. But of course, this is his home country, and I think he's got so much to offer. And I think for Korea, it's an amazing opportunity to have even more experience, even more structure and stability. And maybe one of the most important things is that he can pass on to other coaches in Korea, and they can take on the legacy from him in the years to come. If I were these countries, for me, it's about giving the players and possibly also some young players a great experience, because they will play some of the best players in the world, and they will play them on a big stage. For me, that's a great opportunity for these young players to be tested. Also, it's a good opportunity for the countries to put their players together and represent their country. And they got no pressure, they got nothing to lose. They can take this as a learning experience and playing against great teams, great players. So for me, it's only an upside if they use it the right way. And I would encourage the players to kind of still believe that they can make a surprise or two, and not to go on court and then just give everything away because the opponents are strong. And knowing these two countries, I also believe that the players will believe that they could make a surprise.
For the first time, Chinese Taipei will compete in the Sudirman Cup without Tai Tzu-ying and Li Yang, who have retired from international badminton. However, the nation can still count on Cho Tian-chen to lead the team in Group B, and the 35-year-old is confident that Chinese Taipei can remain competitive despite missing the two Olympic medalists.
I think we need to work together and need some teamwork, because it's totally different place. Like All England Open, they play personally, but the Sudirman Cup is everyone together, and you need to one match. You need to beat the top player on the world, so you have a big chance. And activities, it's totally on the 0-0, so you need to fight, and that's we have a chance. I don't say we have a strong team or not, but we need to challenge them. We always challenge, so we want to get a medal. So this time we also have a chance, but we need to really focus on that. I played a lot of times. At 2019, I thought I win the 3 games with Jonathan and Lee Dong-gung and Ugaro Angus from Hong Kong, and I played really well, but my team was lost in the quarterfinal. So yeah, I thought it's the team event, not just you just win 1 point. I'm really thinking about it, and I want to encourage them. Not just me, you need to grow up. Everyone's same. You need to play shuttle back. You need to have pressure for them. So that's all, because we need to one step by one step. Maybe you have a chance, because China, Japan, they are really strong team. So you need to really have a little chance. You need to get in. Yeah. 60 people come here is the biggest ever, I think. It's a lot of player, and they're from national team, from club, from personal. They come to really have many chances, but you need to learn for the experience and be the top player, because now we have many players, so you need to grow up to experience, not just come to play. You need to win, so not to play like, okay, I just looking for that. No, you need to, on the court, you have a chance to win.
That's it from us. We will discuss Group C and D of the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup in the next episode with our panel of experts. So make sure to join us on that final week before the tournament begins on April 27. Now in the meantime, stay up to date with the latest news by downloading our BWF app, Badminton for You. And as always, let us know your thoughts, comments and questions on our Facebook and YouTube pages. See you next week!